Good day, student. This is for 0654 Coordinated Science IGCSE. This is lesson number 4. So it means there are 3 previous lessons that you have watched before you're watching this today. Lesson 1, we cover about water and how to test the water, filtration and chlorination. Lesson 2, we talk about the air pollutant, what are the source, what are the effect. And in the lesson 3, we talk about how to remove all of these air pollutant. Okay, and this is for lesson number 4. In this lesson, we are focusing about, let me show you. We are focusing about, you can see a lot of these pictures. Some of you have seen this. Okay, so we are talking about rusting. It's a very nice beetle car here. Okay, so what caused the rusting and what are the methods we are using currently to overcome this problem? Okay, so I will focus all this based on our syllabus guideline. Okay, so for today's PowerPoint, lesson 4, our focus is what are the conditions that are required for the rusting? Describe and explain about the barrier method of rust prevention. And the last one, sacrificial protection. So this is our syllabus guide. So this is our focus for this lesson. So what are the 3 top questions? Why metal rust? How you could prevent metal from rusting? The last one, galvanized metal. What is your understanding when you hear the word galvanized metal? Is it a normal metal? Okay, first, for any metal rusting to happen, we need 2 conditions. First, we need presence of water. Second, we need presence of oxygen. Of course, sometimes people mistakenly say presence of air, but must be understood as presence of oxygen gas. Without these 2 components, rust will not happen. So when we discuss about the barrier, when we can make a barrier between the metal and the water, or between the metal and the oxygen, we can prevent rusting. Okay, so the normal method that we use for rust prevention is by painting. When we put a layer of paint, it becomes a barrier between the metal to be exposed either to the air, basically oxygen, or either to the water. Beside paint, there is also other coatings. Sometimes you have seen people putting a coating of oil, coating of grease, or even laminating it with plastic. So all these work through the same concept. As long there is no water in touch or there is no oxygen in touch with the metal, it can prevent the metal from rusting. And another one is oil. Okay, so you have seen sometime at your home, your parents applying some grease and oil on some metal to reduce the rust or to prevent it from rusting. So both of these technique is correct. Now, according to our syllabus, we are going to learn that there is also other method that is known as sacrificial protection. Okay, so what is sacrificial protection? We can use some other metal that are more reactive to be reacted first by the air or by the water. So if you have learned from chapter 10, air and metal, okay, you can see the metal is arranged in a reactivity series. So the most reactive metal is the top, and the less reactive metal is at the bottom. So for 0654 coordinated sign, the student need to memorize this, all this metal, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. And just for your information, these two, the one in the bracket here, carbon and hydrogen are not metal. That's why I put in a bracket. So this is one of the way to remember. There's also other ways our student can use to remember this series, and you need to do that. So this is a simple way. Please stop calling me a careless zebra. Instead, try learning how copper sieves go. So this is a simple method. By using this mnemonic, we can remember. Now, as you can see, iron is below zinc. So we can use sacrificial metal. So for an example, any metal above the iron, for example, zinc, aluminium, magnesium, calcium, sodium, potassium, when we put with the iron, so rusting will not happen because this metal will be used up by the oxygen, okay, or by the water. So they will start to decompose first, and after their decomposition, only then metal will start to rust. So an example here in this diagram, the hull of the ship, hull is at the bottom of the ship, you can see this small patch of magnesium metal. It is thick on this board so that the ship will not rust. So once this magnesium metal started to decompose and finish, then the rusting will take place. So this is one of the methods that we call using sacrificial protection, by using a more reactive metal. Second is galvanizing. So when we talk about galvanizing, just now I asked what comes to your mind. Some of you maybe have heard about this word galvanized. Some of you are not sure, but I like to show you the image of galvanized object. Then you can get some ideas. Okay, so guys, all these are galvanized object. Okay, so what is basically galvanized object? Galvanized object is meaning a metal that is coated or painted with zinc. Okay, so if you go to our PowerPoint, you can see okay, let me go back to our PowerPoint. You can see okay, the zinc here is above the iron. So whenever you coat any iron with a layer of zinc, the zinc will protect the iron from rusting. So zinc will react first with the air, and after all the zinc decompose, then only the iron start to rust. So this is a method. Okay, so in this diagram just now, you can see all this metal are coated with a layer of zinc. So this is, for example, a steel bucket. And this is, for example, a steel waste. And these are galvanized steel bolt and screw. And you can see, for example, nail, and for example, pipes. There's so many things, all are galvanized. So it helps to protect the metal from rusting very quickly. Okay, so guys, I hope you can follow my lesson today. So this is a fourth lesson. If you have any question, please post your question at the below. I will answer. So that's all for today. Hope to see you in the next lesson. Bye bye for now.